Hey, what's good? It's Aaron Gonzalez here from Digital Harvest. I wanted to share with you, give you some insight today on what we do to create processes, so standard operating procedures inside of our business every time that a new product or service is sold. So super important for every business owner to understand and really nail down all their internal processes, because it's like what makes McDonald's successful. The fact that the hamburger is the same every single time. Why is that the case? It's because the process is so good, it's dialed in, all the details are fleshed out. All that the employee has to do is just follow the process the entire time. So today's Saturday. It's not technically a work day, but it is a brainstorm day. So I wanted to show you, if you pan down, what we've got going on here today. This is a new service that we are offering here at Digital Harvest. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that, and you can bring it back to me, that again, every single time we sell this service, that the team knows what to do from start to finish. And so what we did here is we actually broke things down, and you can check this out. We have individual pieces. So we have the one-time package we're selling here, and then we have all these individual pieces. We just took some paper. We got some different individual colored markers and stuff, and the objective here is to get as much as possible out of my brain, because I know how to do the process. I got to get it out of my brain onto paper, and then eventually we're going to put this into an online system like Monday.com or Trello. I'll do some other videos and stuff on that in the future so that employees can follow it. But the first step is assembling it, right? So I'm going to take you through some of the insights and some really specific things that we've discovered over time that are really important to think about as you're putting together a process. So all we did is we first started by talking about all the individual big pieces, overview that we have to do in order to complete this process. And we kind of mapped it out. So this is from start to finish. And then what we did is 3 different things for each of these individual pieces. As we open it up, we unpack it. There's all these individual cards inside of here, right? So these are the next level down of individual actions that an employee would have to take to make their way through this part of the process, okay? So in each of these, there's individual cards. They're gonna have to be further fleshed out with more specific tasks. Maybe we'll put some videos together if it's necessary for an employee to just hit the ground running and do this every time. But I want to clue you into something in this process that's really important to think about, okay? We brainstormed everything. That was the first step. The second step is then we went through everything to make sure that it all made sense in a certain order. And during that time, we added things that we forgot. And then we dumped some stuff that was either redundant, didn't make sense, or we were doubling up on it, different things like that, okay? We dumped things like that, and then what we did is we actually went back and we thought, okay, and this is the piece I think is gonna be a breakthrough moment for people that have been designing processes or need to get better at designing processes for your team and your company, is this. 2 things. You'll see on this piece of paper, we got a lot going on, right? These are kind of notes that were taken as we went through on 2 different things. In the brown, what we're looking at is the individual resources or logins that an employee would need in order to complete a certain step in this process. And then in the green, we have some prereqs. So here's what that means. I'll show you, okay? Let's take step number 3. So there's some content that needs to be written for this individual service, okay? So we've got these different colors in here. These are the individual pieces that people are going through. Okay, we get to the end, there's 2 important things. You'll see in the brown, this brown matches the brown over here, right? So what that means is that in order for somebody to dive into this part of the process, okay, they're gonna need to know from the beginning, I need access to these logins in order to do this part, okay? The second thing that they'll need is they're gonna need to make sure that the keyword research part, this part right here, this previous part in the whole process, has also been completed before they start this. Very, very important, right? Depending on what your business is in this process and how it flows, it may not be a totally linear thing. So you need to be able to communicate at each of these steps along the way what you need to get started. And the reality is that depending on your type of business, not all of it's going to be done in a day. Certain projects take a lot of time. And that being the case, having these prereqs here is important so that the next person picking up the task the next day, if it's not the same person, can pick up exactly where it was left off, and less bottlenecks happen in your business and things get taken care of in the order that they need. The last thing I wanted to show you before we end this video is that then we created this master list of all of the things that somebody will need at the start of the project in its entirety. So if somebody can get all of these things together before they start the project, they're gonna have absolutely no problems going through the whole entire thing. And guess what that means? As the boss, as the manager, you're not wasting your time getting people the resources all the time because they forgot. Because from the beginning, if they had it from the beginning, they're gonna be set for the rest of the time. They're empowered to make decisions, processes go smoothly, and the most important piece is that everything gets done. Everything gets checked off in the boxes. And our next step here at Digital Harvest, it may not happen today, is to take our process and to actually put it inside of an online project management system that we use. We use Monday.com, we've tried Trello, we've tried Asana. They're all good for different things. We just happen to like one in particular. But that's our process. So our process for making processes, rather. So big shout out, by the way, to my friend Tracy Reuter, who runs Divine Social out of Colorado. She runs an impressive Facebook agency for experts wanting to get their message out to the world. Tracy taught me this process, and so you can thank her for me teaching you the basics of this today. So a couple of things I want you to do. If you like this video, definitely share it with some friends, or if you know somebody in particular that could benefit from this, please share it with them immediately. Think about that one person and do it right now. Secondly, if you have questions about this process, what we're doing here, comment below. I'll do my best to get back and answer any questions that you might have. And with that being said, it's a wrap. Thanks for watching today's video. We'll catch you on the next one.